Assalamu alaikum. Sound check, please. Can you guys hear me? Just let me know with a thumbs up or a... Assalamu alaikum. Jazakallah khair. Looks like sound is good. We're going to keep this short. I know some of you have prayed Maghrib and are just joining in. Others of you perhaps will pray Maghrib after we finish. Either way, you'll have plenty of time. If you've noticed, I changed the background a little bit. Just recording out of my home office, which took a day or so to set up. Bismillah. We're going to be reciting today from one of my favorite surahs. Again, I'm just picking all the ones that I personally love. It's a short one that's famous and well known, Surah Al-Muzammil. Alhamdulillah, yes, I did put the name of the surah down here, Surah Al-Muzammil, for your reference as well. Just recite the whole surah. It's very short and just very, very beautiful. And then some thoughts. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا أيها المزمل قم الليل إلا قليلا نصفه أو ينقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا إنا سنلقي عليك قولا ثقيلا إن ناشئة الليل هي أشد وطئا وأقوم قيلا إن لك في النهار سبحا طويلا واذكر اسم ربك وتبتل إليه تبتيلا رب المشرق والمغرب لا إله إلا هو فاتخذه وكيلا واصبر على ما يقولون واهجرهم هجرا جميلا وذرني والمكذبين أولي النعمة ومهلهم قليلا إن لدينا أنكالا وجحيما وطعاما ذا غصة وعذابا أليما يوم ترجف الأرض والجبال وكانت الجبال كثيبا مهيلا إنا أرسلنا إليكم رسولا شاهدا عليكم كما أرسلنا إلى فرعون رسولا فعصى فرعون الرسول فأخذناه أخذا وبيلا فكيف تتقون إن كفرتم يوما يجعل الولدان شيبا السماء منفطر به كان وعده مفعولا إن هذه تذكرة فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه سبيلا إن ربك يعلم أنك تقوم أدنى من ثلثي الليل ونصفه وثلثه وطائفة من الذين معك والله يقدر الليل والنهار علم أن لن تحصوه فتاب عليكم فاقرؤوا ما تيسر من القرآن علم أن سيكون منكم مرضى وآخرون يضربون في الأرض يبتغون من فضل الله وآخرون يقاتلون في سبيل الله فاقرؤوا ما تيسر منه وأقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة وأقرضوا الله قرضا حسنا وما تقدموا لأنفسكم من خير تجدوه عند الله هو خيرا وأعظم أجرا واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم صدق الله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. Brothers and sisters, today's recitation, like I said before, was from Surah Al-Muzammil, a short, beautiful chapter in the Quran in the 29th juz. And today I wanted to recite from this chapter because I feel like we have many similarities in our current time to the mindset that the Prophet ﷺ was in and the mindset that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wanted him to get into. And this surah is really about mindset and it's about preparation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he calls upon the Prophet ﷺ in the beginning of the surah. Ya ayyuhal muzammil, right? He calls upon him as mentioned by Ali ibn Abi Talib. This is one of the many nicknames that, or not nicknames, but one of the many names that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala referred to when calling upon the Prophet ﷺ. So he calls him Ya ayyuhal muzammil because of the condition that the Prophet ﷺ was in at that moment, right? At that time, he had experienced revelation for the first time. He was not fully sure what it was. He was doubting himself in some ways. He was worried about his sanity. There's a whole story, it's a lengthy story about how he came down from Ghar Hira, and when he met his wife Khadija and asked to be covered, and was covered in these in the shroud, and was just in his bed, kind of in this shock, right, of what had just happened, what he had just seen, what he just experienced, meeting Jibreel alayhi salam for the first time and receiving the first ayat of the Quran, right? And so he's in this state that is similar to shock and deep concern and anxiety, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls him out of that state. Like calls him out of that state, but doesn't just call him out of that state and says, go get to work. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala advises the Prophet ﷺ to prepare for the work that is going to be at hand, right? It's night, and so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling him to prepare by engaging in worship, in ibadah, standing in the night in prayer, right? قُمِ اللَّيْلَ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا, right? He says stand in the night except a little part of it, right? And the night is not just a reference to the nighttime, as in the sun is down, but it's a reference also to the nights that come over us at times, right? As individuals, as families sometimes, as communities, we experience nights where things are dark, things are uncertain, right? There's a fear, there's a worry associated to that time period. And that night, instead of just being so focused on what we're worried about, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching us to spend some of that time, focus your energy on preparation for what will come after. Don't just spend time wallowing, worrying, expressing your fear, crying, confused. Don't just allow yourself to be stuck in that mindset. Take the next step to start preparing for what's going to come next, right? And start preparing in whatever amount of time you can, however you can prepare yourself. He says, prepare in the night. A little bit you can leave for resting, or half at least, or even less, or more, right? These are the next few ayats. Meaning whatever you need to do to prepare yourself, get that done. But do spend time in preparation. Why? Because as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, what is soon to come is really significant, right? In the I think it's ayah number 5, inna sanulqi alayka qawlan thaqila. Because the message, the mission, the words that are going to be sent to you next are going to be heavy, and you're going to need to be prepared for that weight. You're going to need to be prepared for that. And so what? Inna nashi'atan layli hiya ashaddu wata'an wa aqwa muqila. That preparing yourself in those times of night, in that time where you are shrouded in that darkness, in that time when you're perhaps lonely or isolated even, preparing yourself at that time, the effect of that is that it will strengthen you in staying on the path, and it will strengthen you in the words that you need to convince others to join you on that journey. And in the day that follows, inna laka fin nahari sabahan tawila, right? You're going to have a long day ahead of you. So get yourself prepared. That's what this surah is entirely about. It's about preparing the Prophet ﷺ and preparing each and every one of us to spend our time getting ourselves ready for what is to come. And we should take that as an opportunity, brothers and sisters. If we find ourselves wherever and whenever, today or 10 years from now, when we find ourselves in a kind of night as a community or as a family or even as an individual, we spend some time preparing so that what we come out with at the other end of this night, when the dawn comes again, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to actually get busy with the work of the of Islam, get busy with the work that needs to be done, we have better prepared ourselves. We've lifted the weights, we've done the preparation, done the thinking, done the writing, done the speaking, done the conversations, made the plans, and we're ready to move forward. And that's the lesson that I wanted to draw from this surah for each and every one of us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us a community that prepares, that we spend these days preparing our organizations, our institutions, committing ourselves even more to the efforts that need to be made when this night that is cast over us is broken by the dawn of the next day and of the next mission and of the next challenge that will confront us. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to strengthen our shoulders to meet those challenges, to strengthen our communities, to envelop and embrace all of those who need our embrace, and to bless all of us and to shower us with His mercy. Allahumma ameen. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.